That was President Trump with some tough words on the long-standing trade agreement, NAFTA. But one group that has serious concerns about the president's plans to renegotiate the deal are farmers, even though broadly the group supported Trump in the election. Joining me right now is Iowa Farm Bureau President and a farmer himself, Craig Hill. Craig, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. I know you raise corn, soybeans, hogs. Where do most of your products go after that? Explain why you're concerned.
Well, certainly, and Iowa produces about 25% of the nation's corn, about a third of the nation's pork, so 44 million hogs need to find a home each and every year. And in my production, 1/3 of that total production is exported. Mexico is a great export destination for Iowa, as is Canada.
And so, I mean, when you see that the president wants to redo NAFTA, I mean, 45% went to Canada and Mexico in terms of Iowa's exports, what would you like to see? What kind of implications would you expect if NAFTA is completely redone, and what kind of a deal would you want to see?
Well, keep in mind that the first time that America became a net exporter of pork was in 1994 when NAFTA was implemented. And today we've quadrupled the export opportunities that we've had to that country through NAFTA. So there's been a great deal of success from NAFTA. We want to build on that success. If there's refinements, if there's alterations, if we need to look at NAFTA once again and find some adjustments, I think that's okay. But for a blanket disregard or for us to apply 20% tariff or tax on imported goods from Mexico would lead to only retaliation, and a trade war is not something that agriculture would welcome.
Craig, farmers are one of the groups that actually were somewhat dismayed about the president walking away from TPP as well. And it seems to be the bigger issue here for farmers is that they believe the real growth markets are overseas. And TPP would have been one channel to help reach those growth markets. Is that the fundamental issue, that you see real growth for farmers coming outside the U.S. and you want to make sure that those trade relationships are preserved and enhanced?
No, absolutely. In 1994, it was a multilateral trade negotiation, NAFTA. It's been 20 years since we've had another multilateral, and that was negotiated through the TPP. Unfortunately, Congress didn't get an opportunity to look at TPP or to vote on it. I think it would have been a good deal for agriculture. But we want a progressive, measured trade agenda that keeps moving forward the opportunities for America's farmers to reach the outside world. 4.4% of the global population is here in America, but you know, we produce food that's distributed all over the world, and we need to be able to access that market. It's a growing population with growing incomes, and America is an agricultural powerhouse, and Iowa is one of those states that leads the nation in a number of commodities.
Craig, how is immigration affecting our agricultural space right now with all the migrant workers that come across to help out, help flourish our farmers? How is that affecting the ag space?
No, absolutely. There's a lot of jobs that U.S. citizens aren't willing to accept or do, and so immigration is important. Of course, legal immigration is a standard that we need. But there are legal opportunities for immigrant workers to come and do jobs here in the U.S. I think it benefits everyone to do that. And so agriculture depends on a lot of that immigrant workforce. A lot of our production here in Iowa is processed through plants, processing facilities by immigrant labor.
All right, we will leave it there. Craig, good to have you on the program. Thanks so much for joining us.